Imagine being forced from your home, your life uprooted. For countless refugees in Siberia in the early 1920s, this was their reality. Unable to find proper shelter, they resorted to living in cramped, cold boxcars. This father, pictured here, tragically lost both his legs to frostbite, a stark reminder of the brutal Siberian winter. Across western Siberia, entire villages of dugouts, or zemlyankas, sprang up near railway yards. Homeless families, fleeing unimaginable hardship, burrowed into the earth seeking refuge from the relentless cold. These underground dwellings, with their flimsy, earth-covered roofs, offered minimal protection from the terrifying Siberian winter. Inside these boxcars and dugouts, families like this one tried to create a semblance of home. Imagine the daily struggle for survival, the cold, the hunger, the uncertainty. These weren't just statistics, they were mothers, fathers, and children caught in the upheaval of war and revolution. But amidst this despair, there was hope. Vladivostok, a key port city, became a lifeline. Here, acres of dock space were piled high with supplies from the American Red Cross. This record-breaking cargo, valued at $2.5 million, equivalent to tens of millions today, was a beacon of hope. Arriving in Siberia were dedicated American Red Cross nurses like Catherine Duguid, Marielle Wold, and the others pictured here. These brave women left behind lives of comfort to face the harsh realities of Siberia, working tirelessly in hospitals and refugee camps. One of the silent killers in these overcrowded refugee camps was typhus, spread by lice. Red Cross workers undertook the grim but vital task of disinfecting barracks, battling the typhus bugs to prevent outbreaks. Their protective gear, though rudimentary, was essential in this fight against disease. In Tomsk, western Siberia, the American Red Cross transformed municipal barracks into havens for refugees. They reconstructed interiors, providing clean, safe spaces, a stark contrast to the squalor many had endured. The scale of the Red Cross operation was immense. Municipalities like Tomsk turned over large buildings like this impressive log structure to house the flood of refugees. These became vital centers of care and support. Buildings like these, operated by the American Red Cross across Siberia, offered shelter to countless individuals and families, providing a sanctuary from the elements and the chaos of their lives. Beyond shelter, medical care was paramount. This was the American Red Cross Refugee Hospital in Vladivostok. Here, and in other medical facilities, the sick and injured received crucial treatment, often the difference between life and death. Basic necessities, like food, were provided in communal dining halls. For many children like these youngsters in Tomsk, the Red Cross offered their first reliable meals in a long time. Some arrived starving, their small bodies weakened by hunger and hardship. The American Red Cross reached out to the most vulnerable, ensuring that refugee youngsters received the aid they desperately needed to survive and rebuild their lives. For children orphaned by war and displacement, the Red Cross established orphanages, offering not just shelter and food, but also a semblance of family and care in a world turned upside down. These little refugees in Red Cross hands represent the countless children whose lives were touched by this humanitarian effort. They were the innocent victims of a conflict not of their making, now receiving compassion and support. Even small losses could feel like immense tragedies in these circumstances. This little refugee mite, heartbroken over a lost sock, reminds us of the individual human stories within this vast crisis. It highlights the vulnerability of childhood amidst displacement. Life in the refugee barracks was basic, and clothing was often whatever could be found. These shabby little waifs remind us of the simple dignity of children, even when forced to wear clothes ill-fitting and worn. Education offered a path forward. The American Red Cross established schools within the refugee camps, like this one in Omsk. These schools provided not just learning, but also routine and hope for the future. This particular school quickly grew to over 300 pupils. In Vladivostok, at Fortress Number 6, another Red Cross was constructed. Education was seen as crucial for these children to overcome their circumstances and build new lives. Amidst the hardship, the Red Cross also fostered community and moments of joy. This photo captures pupils at a Red Cross party in Omsk, a reminder that even in the darkest times, humanity and connection can flourish. Culture and talent persisted. These young Russian refugees, Anastasia Ekoeva and Olga Ivanova, showcased their heritage through dance at an event in San Francisco. They were part of the Petrograd children evacuated by the Red Cross, demonstrating resilience and spirit. For refugee girls, sewing schools offered valuable skills. These 3 little maids, Russian, Polish, and Finnish, in Vladivostok, learned to make rag rugs, earning rubles and contributing to their own support and the camp's economy. The Red Cross provided raw wool distributed from work cars, empowering refugees to create yarn for socks and other necessities. This work for aid approach gave refugees agency and purpose. Women, like these in Omsk, knitted outside the barracks, transforming raw wool into valuable items. Earning up to 60 rubles a week, they contributed significantly to their family's survival. The Red Cross work car in Omsk became a vital hub. Every week, 400 women received work assignments, a testament to the scale of the Red Cross's efforts to provide livelihoods and dignity. In the face of adversity, refugee women displayed incredible resilience. Some even took on the physically demanding work of shoveling snow to earn a living, highlighting their determination to survive. Life in Omsk, a major refugee center, was a mix of hardship and resilience. This general view captures the sheer number of displaced people seeking refuge and a new beginning. Life in the refugee colonies wasn't always bleak. This summer day at Fortress Number 6 near Vladivostok shows a moment of relative calm and community amidst the ongoing crisis. Railway yards became makeshift homes for many families. This image captures the reality of families living amidst the industrial landscape, their lives intertwined with the railways that had brought them here. For some, even boxcars were seen as a fortunate step up from dugouts or open air. This photo underscores the desperate baseline from which the Red Cross was working to improve lives. Living conditions varied, even within refugee colonies. This principal mansion, contrasted with the underground homes nearby, illustrates the spectrum of shelter, but also the persistent need for basic resources like water, as seen with the woman carrying buckets. Red Cross workers like this Red Cross girl braving 50 below zero weather in a droshky went to extraordinary lengths to reach refugees and assess their needs, demonstrating unwavering commitment. The refugee crisis transcended nationalities and backgrounds. This Serbian priest, a refugee under Red Cross care in Vladivostok, highlights the diverse populations displaced by the turmoil of the time. Among the many groups seeking refuge were Polish people, displaced during the chaotic retreat of 1915. These photos, taken at a refugee camp in Kaul, capture the faces of some of these Polish refugees, many of whom were attempting to return to Poland from Siberia. The captions from the time note that 1.5 million Polish refugees were estimated to be returning from Russia and Siberia, a massive wave of displaced people. The Russian retreat had been brutal, with homes and infrastructure destroyed to create a barren desert for advancing enemy forces, leaving the Polish population in desperate need. These images of Polish refugees serve as a reminder of the complex tapestry of displacement and suffering in the aftermath of war and revolution, and the widespread need for humanitarian aid. These refugees from Petrograd, pictured after the evacuation of the children's colony at Turgoyak, illustrate the constant movement and upheaval in their lives. Children from the Petrograd children's colony at Turgoyak, again displaced, highlight the particular vulnerability of children in times of crisis and the repeated disruptions they faced. Yet, even in evacuation, there was care. These laden droshkis at the Petrograd Children's Colony in Tergoyak are waiting to transport children from the bathhouse, where they received what was called the Siberian once-over, likely a thorough cleaning and delousing, a symbol of renewed care and perhaps a fresh start. And finally, this auto-load of happiness. Even amidst the overwhelming tragedy, moments of joy and human connection were possible. This image serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the positive impact of humanitarian aid in even the darkest of times.